What's good, YouTube? This is Ivan, and I'm coming to y'all with another video. Now, in this video, we will be reacting to the lie I wish I never told. Now, I've told some crazy lies. I've had some crazy beatings. I'm not gonna talk much. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the video.
And then he looks at me, almost as he anticipated my next move. I asked your brother if he was playing it, and he said no. And I know that you never go behind my back and then lie about it, because then I'd have to beat you. So I'm
See, my dad isn't even like this. My dad, he's not the type of person. First of all, I don't even lie anymore, because when I was younger, I already was told that I'd be better off telling the truth instead of lying. And I've lied before and got beat worse than if I just went ahead and told the truth. So I don't even lie anymore.
My mom is strict, but she's consistent. Like, she's a constant level of hostility.
My mom's pretty strict too.
Ceiling of things you can get away with. She's one of those parents where if you tell her a messed up joke, it turns into a backhand and a lecture. My dad, on the other hand, is a basic stock cool dad. You know, chill, tells lame jokes, doesn't really care about what you do as long as you don't kill anyone.
My dad's pretty chill.
Pregnant. He's the chill parent. But if you make him mad, his level of hostile nearly triples that of my mom's. And
my dad doesn't even get mad too often. Rarely ever do you see him get mad.
Those dots. However, it's a lot harder to anger him than it is to anger my mom. But if there's one way to almost guarantee a beating with the rage of 1,000 suns, it's lying. And I lied quite a bit as a kid. This took place a long time ago. Honestly,
it took me a while to learn. Just you'd be way better off not lying.
We didn't have school buses, so after class, all of the kids would go into this theater room and wait for their parents to walk in and pick them up. And while we waited, kids would play with Game Boys to help pass the time. Now, I had just gotten one for my birthday.
Game Boy.
My mom made it very clear that
this must have been a long time ago, because I've never heard of a Game Boy.
The only point of getting a Game Boy in the first place is to play it outside of the house. Like, why would I play with the Game Boy in the same room as my Xbox 360? Like, what do I look like playing Tetris next to a machine that can literally run Black Ops 2? So, needless to say, I had to find a way to get my Game Boy to school. And best believe, I had a plan. Okay, so my mom and dad both have very busy schedules.
Why is he using this accent?
My aunt takes me from school, so I come up with a 3-phase plan. So phase 1, while I'm getting ready for school, I grab my Game Boy, put it in my book bag, not my pocket, because that's too bulky and noticeable. Rookie mistake. Next, I dash to my dad's car and we drive to school. Boom. Phase 2.
The accent is what's making this interesting.
I'll be in the theater room on my Game Boy. I'll occasionally glance up to check on my aunt. And when I see her, I'll shove the game into my bag, because you already know how I feel about pockets. Now for the hard part.
This is the thing. There's too many steps in this plan. I'm pretty good at coming up with plans. And when you want a plan to work perfectly, you can't have like more than like 2 or 3 steps. You need to break it down super simple. If you have more than like 2 or 3 steps, then the plan is probably not gonna work, because too many things can go wrong.
3. When my aunt takes me home, I need to run to the living room, take the game out of my bag, and put it on the charger before anyone walks in the house and saves me. Man, this plan is airtight, full proof. I'm like a blind guy taking on a flashbang. Boom! Invincible. So my mom leaves for work and my dad gets ready to drive me to school, so I quickly stuff my Game Boy into my book bag and get into the car. Fast forward to the end of the school day and bam, I'm in the theater room with my Game Boy. This was such a perfect plan. Foolproof, blind guy.
He didn't even get to the most important part of the plan yet.
Up at the door every once in a while waiting for my aunt to show up. So I'm playing until I look.
Why are her fingers just doing that over and over?
I look up and I see my dad walk into the theater room. This was not part of the plan.
You gotta be ready for stuff like this.
Live grenade. I get startled and I drop the Game Boy. He looks over at me, but I grab the game with the swiftness and put it in my pocket. So my dad gets me, and as we're walking in the hallway, I'm thinking, I can still get away with this.
That was dumb to put it in his pocket.
Maybe the blind guy. Be honest, did you take that Game Boy?
His dad already knows at this point. His dad wouldn't have asked him if he saw it, so his dad already knows at this point.
Down my spine. I can feel my dad's hostile aura just fill the room. I can't even look him in the eyes. I let out a sigh of defeat. I open my mouth and say,
tough.
Nah, I didn't take the Game Boy.
And then he gone.
Right.
Well, he did say he was gonna lie, so yeah.
Over yet. I can still get
Should have expected that.
All I have to do is rush to the house when we get home and give the game to my brother so he can say he was playing it. My dad says, no, you didn't. because when I got home from my lunch break, I noticed that the Game Boy wasn't there. And then he looks at me, almost as he anticipated my next move. I asked your brother if he was playing it, and he said no. And I know.
No, we gotta add.
That you never.
Hold on one second, I'm gonna skip it.
Video because it has been 1 month since joining the Cashflow 101 system and
go behind my back and then lie about it because then I'd have to beat you. So
this is how my mom was. Like, I remember when I was younger, I would lie about something, and my mom would tell me to just either come clean, and if I don't, then I'm gonna get a worse punishment than I would if I just told her the truth.
Mom said I could take it. It was an entanglement.
An entanglement.
Wait. I got it. I think of a foolproof lie that is guaranteed to get me out of this, but before I could even open my mouth to say it, his eyes glance down to my right pocket. He takes his hand off my shoulder and then looks back up at me. But now his eyes are staring into my soul. I know
he's mad.
That he knows that I know that he saw the Game Boy bulging out of my pocket. What's in your pocket? He says as he's clearly staring at my right front pocket in a final attempt to not get caught. I tried to get smart and reach into my left pocket and hand him the pencil that was in your right pocket, Johannes.
That's tough.
Reach into my right pocket. I grab the Game Boy and he snatches it. Johannes, you lied to me multiple times.
Hold on, one second. My dad's calling me. All right, we back. My dad needed me to go outside for a minute.
Raised you better than this. He starts ranting, and at this point, I should have just shut up. I already got caught, but I decided to open my mouth. I look at him. This is a true story.
Is this like the third time he lied?
What I said to my dad that day. Oh, I didn't realize that was in my pocket. I wore these pants yesterday. Really? Yes.
He probably think he was so smart for that.
He hands the Game Boy back to me, calls my mom, and tells her about the Game Boy that I accidentally left in my pocket. Yo, it worked! What? I let out a sigh of relief. I won. I did it. We walked to the parking lot while my dad's still on the phone with my mom. She says something that I can't understand, to which he replies, oh yeah, I'm beating him when we get to the car. He says as he presses the key to lock the door that I just tried to open.
That is tough. That's big tough.
That was evil. He did not have to hand me the game back like that, yo. Yeah, I got beat that day. Don't lie to your parents, kids. Just don't. Unless you have a foolproof plan. Blash bang, blind guy.
That was a real good video. I kind of liked that video. It was kind of interesting. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications too. And I'm out.